Hello everyone. So today I thought I'll probably show you the app that we are working on. Now this app is on the marketplace, and we are trying to, of course, add more features to it. And this app has been built in Forge. So I'll go to the apps because I've installed this app on this dev instance, and I can click on manage your apps. And then I can go to this section called Stay on Top. Now, this app is a Forge app, and we are building it using nothing but Forge. But we are mostly using React. We also used the UI kit, but because with the help of React, you can do a lot of wonderful things. And the version that I'm showing you is the most recent version, which is there on the marketplace. We are, of course, as I mentioned, we are going to add more features to it. And the whole idea behind this app is that this app will give you not one, not two, not three, but a lot of small features, utilities to make your life a lot easier. And this app would be for administrators. This app would be for normal users. So let me show you some parts of it, just to give you some idea. So if you go to configuration, right now we are letting you enable or disable a couple of things. Some of the things are related to dashboard, but let me show you. If you go to the configure, you can see here that we have the option called statistics page, and we also have this issue glance. So if I click on statistics, what we are trying to do here is we are trying to show the information, basically some kind of system info, but of course, some useful info about your Jira instance. And if I enable it, let me just enable both the modules. So I'll enable stat page, and I'll also enable issue glance. And now if I go to statistics, I can then see this information, which of course is loading here. And we are trying to make this page rich with a lot of useful information about your Jira instance, and it will of course help administrators. At the same time, if I go to one of my issue in Jira, let us say I'll open Scrum 1, which is a story. On the right hand side, there is a panel called Stay on Top, Key Information. If I click on this, I can then see the details of this particular issue, but not just any details. We're trying to display something which is which is not really displayed easily. For example, if I assign this particular task or this story to me, this panel will display the information like who is the assignee, but at the same time, not just the assignee information. I believe it will also show the email address. And we are also showing the time this issue has spent in current status. For example, if I just transition it to in progress, and if I go to key information, it will show you that this particular issue has been in this particular status for so many days, and so on. So this is of course something that we are also trying to improve, and we're actually thinking about how we can enrich this panel with useful details. We'll probably display some insights here, and it is of course not really complicated. It's all about using the information from the Jira REST API and then displaying it here. We are also going to add to this app some useful gadgets, dashboard gadgets. For example, in Jira there is a problem about workflow. Now, if you have watched my videos, I'm sure you know that in Jira it is not really possible easily to display or understand the workload. And that is what we are trying to do here. Is we are trying to basically, and we're still working on it. We're still trying to figure out how we can make it useful and at the same time easy for the managers to understand how the issues or the work that you assign to your resources in terms of number of hours, how it is like in terms of simple workload. For example, if in a particular filter or maybe a project, you want to know for the original estimate field, because when you create a new story or stories or task or bug, you have the option to fill in the original estimate. And when you assign it to someone, in a way, you are allocating it to someone, and you can potentially, because in Jira you do have this information, but using Jira's native dashboarding capabilities, you can't really do summation or consolidation of those numbers, and that is what we are doing here. So this is all built using Forge. It works really well, and this is a React based UI. So that is also something that we are now using heavily in our app. And in my recent videos, I mentioned that if you are trying to, because if you're on Jira Cloud, I mean, I might be wrong in future, but based on my experience so far, I think Forge will eventually become script runner. I think it has already become script runner for Jira Cloud, because on Jira Cloud you have the option to write code using Forge. Because if you're using script runner for Jira on Cloud, they are also using anyways the REST API. So you don't really have access to the Java APIs anyways. But with the help of Forge, we can do a lot of wonderful things, and it is all again based on REST API. This information is nothing but the JSON that we retrieve from the issue, and of course we are now using that information to do something. In this case, it is a dashboard gadget, or it could be a panel, or it could be a stat page. So I thought I'll probably show you this, that this is something that we are working on. We are also working on apps, and the plan is that we want to make an app which is useful, and we want to of course sell it and earn millions of dollars and pounds. So if you have any ideas for us to make a wonderful app, do reach out to me. But at the same time, I wanted to encourage you to try Forge. If you have never really done coding before, then I guess you can learn. But the thing is that just like Scriptner, the expectation is that you know how to code. Because I also learned Node.js. I also learned React, because I used to do web development using PHP and Drupal, but I never really did anything with JavaScript frameworks. But of course, end of the day, you're just writing code. It's more about spending some time. So that is what we are working on, apart from our usual consultation services and trainings and my usual daily YouTube videos. We also work on apps. All right, that is it. That is all I wanted to talk about and share in this video. I hope you enjoyed watching this video and you learned something new. Thank you very much. Bye bye.